With a job interview in the offing, you need to think about how you can best equip yourself for a crucial hiring meeting that's likely to decide your immediate future. If you do things the right way and then go on to succeed in getting the job you're after, you can look forward to some celebrations. If you do things the wrong way, you'll probably fail, and it's back to the drawing board. So, how can you load the odds of being successful in your favour? Preparation is the key, so you have to think about what you're going to say and do. You also have to consider the way you'll say and do everything. Your words and your actions are the two elements of a flawless pitch, but they must be constructed properly and delivered impeccably. In today's tutorial, I'm going to give you some guidelines about developing your content and honing your delivery as well as possible. This is day 30 of the 40-day job search. Hello, I'm Neil Grant, the person behind the Vocation Master Training Programme, and I help you do better work. If you're looking for an employed position with a private sector organisation, you've come to the right place, because I'm going to show you how to transform your professional future by taking complete control of your next job search. Everything you get in this tutorial series is taken from my complete job search masterclass. You'll find syllabus and enrolment details for that at my website, where you can also take advantage of my free Job Interview Secrets video course. You get 3 hours of information, advice and action plans that go straight to the heart of my job interview strategy. I used to charge $99 for this short course, but I'm now making it available to you without any charge whatsoever. This is to say thank you for showing interest in what I do, as well as being an insight into how I work. If you want to nail any kind of job interview, you can't afford to miss out on this unique material. Just go to vocationmaster.com for free and immediate access. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please like and subscribe, and consider sharing it with other job searchers in your network. Thank you. I do appreciate your help in supporting my channel. Okay, with those messages out of the way, here's today's tutorial. To have any hope of winning the job you really want, you've got to enter a hiring meeting with a well-considered plan of attack. And this starts with building some great pitch content. Once you've done that, you can think about how you're going to deliver it. Great content and excellent delivery. These are the two elements of a flawless pitch. Now, I'll be straight with you. This part of your work search project will take a bit of effort. If you don't have the appetite for this, you could try to take a shortcut by improvising your words and winging your delivery. This might save you a little time, but I'm assuming that you're serious about crushing your next interview. So let's leave that possibility to the kind of job hunters who are happy to leave things to chance and hope for the best. I'm sure you're made of plenty of the right stuff, and therefore I'm guessing that you readily accept that high rewards will naturally follow on from steady endeavours. On that basis, I'll start by analysing the sort of pitch content you should assemble before moving on to the way you present it. Now, to put the following guidance into context, I'm going to be referring to two aspects of the pitch which I'll be talking about in more detail in the next pair of tutorials. These are the use of a narrative structure within your presentation and an outline of the constituent parts of the pitch, so bear that in mind. To start with, here's a snapshot of the content stages of your pitch. There are 4 distinct sections, which are introduction, presentation, expansion, and commitment. I'll tell you more about each of these in the tutorial that's coming along on day 32 and explain how they all fit together to make a homogeneous pitching whole. They're all really important and serve different functions, but the part that you should concentrate on as far as your pre-prepared content is concerned is the second, the presentation. This lies at the heart of your pitch. It's where you present the business problem you've discovered and your viable solution, of course. It's also where you make the primary case for why you're the person to take on the challenge you've outlined, including the major reasons you should be hired immediately. You've got to get this part of the pitch absolutely spot on, and there's no excuse not to do so because you've got plenty of time to assemble your ingredients, mix and match them appropriately, and then practice delivering them in the tastiest way. I give you the exact recipe in my paid-for training programs, but the essence of the presentation phase of the pitch is 15 minutes of carefully constructed material that's designed to hit the decision maker's most sensitive taste buds and with force. It's a superfood that contains no fatty surplus but plenty of nourishing protein. Done right, the presentation will make them salivate, then enjoy the complementary flavours you put together before digesting everything with ease. A compelling narrative structure lies at the core of your presentation. I'll be talking about this in the next tutorial, but for now, I can tell you that story is one of the best vehicles for guiding someone's attention and persuading them to take an action that suits you. In my job search masterclass, I show you how to construct a business narrative that exemplifies your best qualities and demonstrates your highest values to an employer. As I say, there's an introduction to this coming right up. You should write out your pitch content verbatim. So you need to commit every word you intend to say to paper or screen. Depending on your proficiency as a writer, this might be quite an easy task, or it could become an incredibly arduous one indeed. But don't worry, because I give you a template to follow, plus a sample presentation script that you can adapt and mould to fit your particular needs. One of the reasons I suggest you write everything down exactly as you'll say it in the hiring meeting is so that you don't miss anything out when you're delivering the presentation phase of the pitch. There's much more on this coming up in days 33 to 35, but it's worth mentioning now that the two pitching elements are linked in the sense that good content invariably leads on to good delivery. If you're confident of what you'll be saying during a hiring meeting, especially in the key presentation phase, you'll be much more likely to speak your words with clarity and authority. An almost universal question I get concerns the necessity of writing your presentation text in exactly the way you'll say it aloud, which happens when you're in front of a hiring decision maker, of course. Why can't you create your pitch content in the form of notes, bullet points, or headings that you'll improvise around, rather than memorizing a word-for-word script? Well, my feeling is that it's pretty important to follow the pattern I suggest, because otherwise you risk diluting the latent power of your pitch content if you hesitate, forget key points, or wander from the core message you want to convey. By all means, use notes to work from if you feel more comfortable doing so. But be aware that the best presentations are scripted. They're carefully written, revised, and rehearsed. The greater the upside of achieving a successful outcome, the more important it is to do this. My 30 plus years of training people to make business critical presentations, whether that's in one-to-one situations or during conferences with large audiences, tells me that most people hugely benefit from doing what I recommend. Now, this isn't an instruction that's cast in stone. My job is to present you with the most reliable method of finding fantastic work opportunities and then pitching yourself with maximum impact. This is the way to do it. The ends justify the means, and this is an excellent example of this concept. Having said that, of the two elements of a flawless pitch, content is definitely more important than delivery. In a perfect world, you'd give equal weight to both, but don't get hung up on this. If you can produce some really strong presentation content, you can get away with glitches in your delivery. Unfortunately, it doesn't work the other way around, as it's extremely difficult to mask weak content with excellent delivery. As you'd expect, developing great pitch content and practicing exemplary delivery is one of the most important things that I help my coaching clients with. It's what many of my face-to-face training seminars concentrate on too. If you think you might benefit from these, you'll find information about my support program on my website. In the next tutorial, I'll be talking about using one of the most powerful tools of a proactive job search, and that's narrative. Weaving a compelling story into your pitch is a core part of making an immediate and compelling impression. So I'll explain what's involved with this. It's one of the powers that you'll acquire if you can do it well. That's all coming up in day 31 of the 40-day job search. So I hope you can join me for this introduction to personal and business narratives. If you prefer to listen to training materials rather than watching them, all of these job search tutorials are available in audio format. Search for the Vocation Cast wherever you get your podcasts and via my website, of course. Thanks for being with me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.